People, here we go again. I'm at the courthouse. Very busy extortion day today on a Friday. Here we go again. Judge Sestak. So this is the judge that locked me up last time, entered a plea on my behalf. So I filed these 3 motions discovery. Sestak's oath to the Constitution, the cop oath to the Constitution, any and all evidence used to determine my specific obligation, reports, video, audio, evidence of jurisdiction, evidence that an informed plea was made. I also made a motion to disqualify the judge. Judge has threatened and used violence against me for attempting to exercise my constitutional rights. I do not feel safe around Judge Sestak as he threatens violence for attempting to make an informed plea. I do not feel safe around Judge Sestak. And the third one was strike the entered plea. A motion to strike the plea. The plea was entered without my consent, under threat and duress. Judge Sestak told me that I didn't have constitutional rights in his courtroom. When I told him I didn't understand, he locked me in a cage and practiced law from the bench, entering a plea on my behalf. Judge Sestak also told me that I was required to answer questions against my will. And you can watch the video. It's called Cops Tell Me I'm Not Allowed to Go to My Own Home, Part 6, I believe. The last trial. Now, he entered a plea on my behalf. And then he rescheduled it for today under him again.
Come back up here, sir.
John Coward, Jennifer Powell.
Yeah, shouldn't have metal on them, but. Does he still have that watch? No.
Your name, sir?
John Felix. It's me. Thank you, sir.
Sure.
Sir, have the address numbers been posted appropriately on your house?
I submitted documentation of that before my arraignment.
Okay.
Well before.
I wasn't here, so you can just tell me yes or no, and we can get through this pretty quick.
Yes, ma'am, I submitted
Okay.
before my arraignment.
So the answer is yes. So
Yes, I submitted it before my arraignment, yes.
All right. In consideration of your compliance, I would be happy to reduce your fine to $75 plus $18 in court.
I have yet to be arraigned,
in
ma'am.
return for a no contest plea and a withhold of adjudication. Would you like to accept that offer?
I have yet to be arraigned.
Would you like to accept that offer?
I can't accept an offer, man. I have yet to be arraigned. I have yet to be arraigned. You're skipping a step.
Assuming that you haven't been arraigned, because again,
There's
I
no
wasn't here
assuming.
last month. Once you're arraigned, would you like to accept that offer?
Well, before I'm arraigned, I have many
Yes
questions to ask.
or no?
That's not a yes or no, ma'am. It's not that
All right,
simple.
the offer is withdrawn.
Hey.
Feel like you filed a motion to strike the entry. What plea is it that you wish to enter?
I'd like to make an informed plea and ask some questions if I could.
You have the right to no contest. Not guilty.
May I challenge jurisdiction?
No, sir.
And I also filed motions.
So what plea is it that you wish
The
to
same,
enter?
motion there, it says that you entered you told me I didn't have constitutional rights in this courtroom. Do I not have constitutional rights in this courtroom?
Mr. Felix, what plea do you wish to enter? I'm trying to do one motion at a time.
Okay, do I have the right to plead guilty? Okay. May I make an informed plea?
Do you wish to plead guilty to this charge? And this charge...
Okay, I'm starting to fear for my safety again because this is the same path we went down last time. You will not let me...
it's not, sir. Mr.
It is.
Felix.
You will not let me ask any questions.
Mr. Felix,
I'd like to make an informed plea.
Mr. Felix, you're charged with being a resident at the listed location, which they say is 3205 Pine Shadow Drive, and you failed to have the address numbers posted on the residency in 3-inch or larger numbering, as well as color contrasting to the background. The residence did not have any numbers posted on it. What plea do you wish to enter to that?
I'm trying to make an informed plea, and I'd like to ask some questions if I could.
Do you not understand the citation?
I'd like to ask some questions about the nature and cause of these proceedings.
No, sir. I want to...
Then you're doing everything against my will under threat. So do whatever you have to do.
Okay. Then you haven't told me what plea you wish to enter, Mr. Felix.
I did.
For this charge.
I did.
Listen. What charge? What plea do you wish to enter? Maybe I missed it.
I want to make an informed plea, and I'd like to ask some
What is
questions.
the plea? You say you wish to make an informed plea.
Okay, I need to
Read
be-
the citation. What plea do you wish
I'd like to
enter?
be informed first.
Informed of what?
The nature and cause of the proceedings.
I just told you what the nature...
No, I have
of the
specific
proceedings.
questions.
Sir, I'm not going to listen to your specific
Then
questions.
it's going to be done under threat and duress because
What
I don't
plea-
feel like I'm getting a fair trial.
What plea do you wish to enter?
I cannot enter a plea unless I'm informed.
Then I have entered the plea for you because I cannot enter a plea of guilty or no contest for someone.
It's
I
under
entered a
threat.
plea of- I entered a plea of not guilty for you, so your motion to strike the entered plea is denied.
Okay. It was done against my will and uninformed.
You wish to proceed, ma'am?
I would ask for take judicial notice of section 901.9 of the Land Development Code.
Yes, ma'am.
I've provided Mr. Felix with a copy, and I
Okay.
have these marked as an exhibit.
Okay.
The county calls Corporal Davila.
Raise your right hand, sir. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, subject to the penalty of perjury? Sir, have a seat.
May I make an objection, please?
What's your objection?
Is this lady representing the state?
No,
She's not the prosecuting attorney?
she is.
Okay.
She's not representing the state.
Has she,
She's representing the
has she-
county of Pasco.
Okay, thank you. Has she provided evidence of jurisdiction?
What's your question, mister?
Could you please state your full name and occupation?
Christopher Davila, Corporal with the Pasco Sheriff's Office.
And did you have occasion to be at 3205 Pine Shadow Drive in Land Lakes July 17th of this year.
Yes.
And is that a residential address?
Yes.
And did you knock on the door?
I did.
Did Mr. Felix answer?
Yes.
What happened next?
I explained that I had a citation for him. He said he was not going to accept the citation, did not want to talk to me about it.
What was the citation for?
Lack of address.
Did you take photos of the front of the residence? May I approach the witness? I'm handing you what's been marked County Exhibit 1 for identification. Can you look through those and tell me if they truly and accurately depict the conditions of the front of the residence on the date that we're discussing?
They did.
Mr. Felix, I provided you with black and white copies of these photos. Would you like to see the color ones?
You provided me with that when?
Right there.
Oh, well, thank you.
Move to adjourn.
Yes, ma'am.
The residents did not have any numbers legible from the street. Is that accurate?
Correct.
And Mr. Felix, were you able to engage in a discussion with him concerning his relationship to the home?
Not really, no.
And did he take any action other than answering the door and closing the door? Did he on that day or previously, to your knowledge, taken any other actions showing that he has care, custody, control, or occupancy of that residence?
Not far. That was the first time I visited his house.
Okay. Are you aware if he has called 911 to that residence before?
He has called the sheriff's office prior times for, I think he went to the desk officer.
Objection.
What's your objection?
She said 911 specifically.
Overruled.
And in the course of your apparently short conversation with him, did he refer to this residence as my house?
Yes.
Objection, not a legal term.
Pass the witness.
Overruled. Do you wish to ask the corporal any questions?
So we're going to proceed without evidence of jurisdiction. Am I understanding that correctly?
I have jurisdiction. Do you wish to
I just want a
ask
copy.
any questions?
I'm asking for a copy of that.
Do you wish to ask him any questions?
My questions are going to be ignored?
Yes, sir, because I'm not going to provide you a
I mean,
copy.
then this is all under
Sir,
threat.
Sir, I'm not going to provide you a copy of the certificate that I received from the Secretary of State to show that I am a duly elected.
That's not what I'm asking.
Court judge.
That's not what I'm asking.
Yes, it is. Ask a question.
So we're going to proceed without evidence of jurisdiction. Am I asking from right here, or do I need to do...
I prefer that you ask from there.
Okay. How do you know me, sir, Mr. Davila?
From an incident that happened during a sinkhole in the lakes.
Well, what incident was that? Specifically, please.
The sinkhole?
Can you be specific as to how you specifically know me?
We were conducting a road blockage on a street that you live off of.
Okay.
We made contact with you.
Okay, and what happened during that incident?
You were uncooperative.
Which means, did I break any laws?
I didn't say you did.
When you say uncooperative, you mean because I didn't surrender my Fourth Amendment? Or what do you mean by that, specifically?
You were uncooperative.
Well, specifically, because I didn't surrender my Fourth Amendment to you guys?
That's what you want to think.
No, I'm asking you specifically. Non-responsive, Judge, please.
Corporal, can you think of anything specifically that would lead you to believe that Mr. Felix was uncooperative?
During the sinkhole situation?
Yes.
What did I...
We were conducting a roadblock for safety reasons and identifying people who lived in the neighborhood and checking their IDs to make sure they lived back there. That way they weren't going to go back and try and take pictures of the sinkhole, which people were trying to do. So for safety reasons, we were checking IDs.
Okay.
You refused to provide.
Am I required to show ID by law?
You refused to provide it on that day.
That's... Okay, non-responsive, Judge. That's not what I asked.
No, it's responsive, sir.
Did I...
Question.
Am I required to provide ID by law?
On that situation, not by law, no. We were conducting a roadblock.
So why did you guys get so angry when I refused to surrender my Fourth Amendment?
Objection assumes facts not in evidence. He didn't say he was angry. He said that he was uncooperative.
Stay. Next question.
I'm asking why they got so angry, not me specifically.
Again, same objection.
There's nothing to indicate that he got angry.
I have video evidence, sir. I could provide the link, no problem.
Sir, I'm interested in this charge.
Well, this is all relative to the same charge.
Do you have another question for him?
Okay. So I'm not required to ID. Did I ID?
Objection asked and answered. Objection asked and answered.
I'm not asking. That was just a statement. So we've established that I'm not required to ID.
Objection to the form of the question.
And did I ID?
Objection asked and answered.
Overruled.
It was not asked. Did I provide ID?
When
Yes.
an objection is made, I will make a ruling.
Yes, sir.
You listen for my ruling.
Okay.
I overruled her objection.
Okay.
So his question to you, Corporal, is did he provide identification?
No, he did not.
Okay.
Next question.
What happened after that?
Objection relevance.
Relevance is because he didn't know me.
Are you going to conduct this trial or not?
I'm not asking, sir. I'm not a lawyer.
When she makes I know you're not.
Okay.
So when she makes an objection, I just told you to let me make a ruling.
It sounded like she was asking me something. I
No,
apologize.
she's not asking
I
you
apologize.
anything.
I apologize.
She's not asking you anything.
I apologize.
What is your question? What is your question? I forget your question. What was your question?
I'm trying to figure out what's going on here.
I want to know what your question is for the corporal.
What happened after the checkpoint?
Okay, what happened after the checkpoint?
My objection was relevance.
And it's overruled.
What time frame are you talking about?
The next half hour, let's say. We'll go from there.
I don't know what happened after you left.
Did you guys send a unit to make sure I live there anyway? Even though I provided my address and everything.
I don't recall that.
You don't recall? Did I provide my address to you during the checkpoint?
To me, no.
No? Were you there with Ojeda and the other officer?
I was in my car.
You were not within earshot? You were not standing in front of my car?
I got out of my car well after you guys had your initial conversation.
Objection, Your Honor. I have video. This
Mr.
is...
Felix, that's his answer. That's his answer. What's your next question?
Okay. What made you target my house specifically?
Objection, there's been no indication that the house was targeted, and again, relevance.
I'll permit the question. Go ahead.
You were very uncooperative.
Because I was uncooperative, but yet following the law at your checkpoint, you've targeted my home for a city ordinance violation. Is that a county ordinance violation? That's legal?
Are you asking me a question?
Is it legal for you to target someone's home based on a legal interaction you had with them earlier?
Yes.
It is legal. You could target indiscriminately whoever you want.
Yes, we target people all the time. Prolific offenders.
I can't hear you.
We do target people, yes. At the sheriff's office, we do.
You target people.
Problem people, yes, we do.
Problem people. What problem did you have with me?
You were uncooperative.
But did I break any laws, or was I within the law the whole time?
You didn't break any laws.
So you targeted me for not breaking laws. Is that correct?
He's answered your question.
I'm just getting clarification. Am I allowed to do that?
Well, he's answered your question.
May I clarify?
No, sir.
No clarification. Okay. May I show some pictures of about several houses throughout the neighborhood?
Objection.
Relevance is that he specifically...
Mr. Felix, are you going to listen to her or listen to me?
Sir, again, I apologize. I'm not a lawyer.
Well, then listen to me.
Okay.
You wish to show him some photographs?
I do.
Come on up.
She objected. Okay.
Now, Mr. Felix.
I'll come up.
Does this say judge? Does this say judge up here?
I don't know what it says, sir.
Come on. Show him pictures.
Is this house in compliance?
It doesn't show the whole front of the house.
The entryway, the statute states the entryway.
Objection, number one, he's misquoting the ordinance, and number two, the deputy's answered to the best of his ability based on the photos.
Is there an address on this house? Posted anywhere you can see? No? How about this one? How about this one?
That one you can't tell.
one?
Again, it's not the whole front of the house.
How about this one?
Not the entire front of the house.
You realize these are all on my street, right?
I don't know.
You don't? So you specifically picked my home and ignored all the rest of my, isn't that correct?
Yeah.
How about this house? Is that in compliance?
There's some trees that could be blocked, I don't know, until,
How about this
Objection,
house? Is this in
relevance, Your
compliance?
Honor.
Overruled.
again, not the whole front of the house,
Is this house in compliance?
not the whole front of the house.
Is this house in compliance?
No.
Is this house in compliance?
Can't tell the whole front of the house is not in the picture.
Is this house in compliance?
No. What else is in the picture?
Is this in compliance?
I don't know how far the house goes.
You have to say yes. For the record, he has yet to say yes. Is this house in compliance?
I can't tell from that picture.
Is this house in compliance?
Can't tell.
Would you like me to zoom it in for you?
Sure.
Sure. Bear with me, sir.
What am I looking at here?
Front of the house where the entryway is.
Where's the rest of the house?
Statute states the entryway or the ordinance.
Okay, Mr. Felix, you've showed him, what, about 12 pictures?
Okay.
Okay,
You're right.
you can stand back. Any other questions for the corporal?
Yes.
What's your question?
Give me a second here. Is the plaintiff the state of Florida?
Objection, calls for a legal conclusion.
Sustained.
Do you work for the plaintiff?
I work for the Pasco County Sheriff's Office.
Okay. Has the plaintiff suffered any damages?
Objection, relevant.
Sustained.
Is there a victim?
Objection, relevant.
Sustained.
Okay. I'm going to motion to dismiss conflict of interest. Again, he's admitted he's
Any other questions?
he's targeted me.
Any other questions?
I do, sir.
Ask him.
Okay. When we spoke in the hallway last week, or the last hearing, you claimed that you specifically targeted me in the hallway. And I asked you why, and you said, when you make yourself aware to us, we come find you. Something along those lines.
Objection, assumes facts not in evidence.
What did you mean by that?
Sustained.
That means he can't answer that?
That's correct.
Okay. Why were you calling me on my personal cell phone?
Objection, assumes facts not in evidence.
Sustained.
I can submit these. I can bring all this evidence in if I need to. If we need to continue this.
Sustained or objection, sir. Do you have another question?
My question would be, if we need a continuance, may I bring in all the evidence I have?
We don't need to continue.
Okay, but she's saying there's evidence there's facts not in.
You're assuming facts and not in evidence.
Okay, I would like to submit those facts into evidence.
Do you have a question for the corporal?
For the corporal, I do, but in the meantime, may I submit those facts into evidence?
What is your question for the corporal?
Okay. When we were speaking in the hallway, why did you keep bringing up personal things about my family and my wife?
Facts not in evidence.
Sustained.
So the things he said to me cannot be entered? I don't understand.
I can't help you, Mr. Felak. I can't help you ask questions.
How do you know where my wife works?
Objection, assumes facts not in evidence.
Sustained.
I'd like to submit that fact into evidence.
Do you have another question?
May I submit that fact into evidence?
Not the way you phrased your question, sir. State your next question.
The facts that I'm speaking of, I would like to submit into evidence. I don't know how else to state it.
Do you have another question for the corporal while he's on the stand?
Okay. When you said you saw my wife's car outside her job, why are you looking for my wife's car?
Facts not in evidence.
Sustained.
May I enter the facts into evidence?
No, sir, you can ask him a question. You're not asking the proper questions, sir. Ask a question.
The proper questions. The proper questions. Okay. I'm not sure how to ask questions at this point, so I'm just gonna.
Sorry, sir, you should have.
I'm just gonna say that it's obvious I was targeted. He knows way too much about my family.
Do you have any more questions for him?
Other than, why does your department get so angry when people don't surrender their rights?
Objection assumes facts not in evidence.
I would like to enter the facts into evidence.
I've sustained your objection. Do you have another question?
Other than, I'd like to enter all these facts into evidence.
Do you
No.
have another question?
Other than that, no.
Okay. Ma'am, do you have any other questions for the corporal?
No.
Thank you, Corporal. You can stand down.
County rest.
Okay. Mr. Felix, did you wish to testify or call any witnesses?
Is Ojeda here?
No, he's not.
How about Officer Celeste?
Who are you calling?
Officer Celeste.
Is this Officer Celeste? Come on up, sir. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, subject to the penalties of perjury?
Yes.
Have a seat, sir.
Officer Celeste, did you witness Officer Davila and I have a conversation in this hallway?
Yes.
Okay. Did you hear him say that he targeted me because I made him aware of myself or something along those lines?
I don't remember the specific terminology.
Well, something along those lines, correct?
I can't remember.
When I told him you're admitting to corruption right here in the hallway, you remember him saying, go file a complaint?
I don't remember his response to that question.
You do remember that, though.
I remember you asking him that question.
So he made it evidently clear that because of the checkpoint and all the videos you guys watched of it, they came and targeted me. Is that correct?
I can't answer that.
That's all I got for him.
Do you have any questions, Ms. Sims? For the deputy?
No.
Thank you, Deputy. You can stand down. Any additional witnesses, sir?
Ojeda, if he's here.
Apparently he's not.
Okay. Questions specifically? I would like a copy of evidence of jurisdiction, and I would also like to enter.
Do you wish to testify?
I don't know what that means.
It means to take the oath and give testimony.
Sure.
Okay? Come to the podium. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, subject to the penalties of perjury?
I always tell the truth, sir.
Is that a yes?
Yes, I always tell the truth.
Is that a yes?
Yes,
Have a seat.
tell the truth.
Okay. What did you wish to tell me, sir?
I wish to tell you, sir, that I'm a strong proponent of the Constitution and my constitutional rights, and I don't believe that they're negotiable. And a lot of what most police departments practice now is show me ID. They all believe that you must show ID, and that's 100% inaccurate. And when you don't do it, they get very angry and they target you.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure, sir. Go ahead.
On July 17th, did you live at 3205 Pine Shadow Drive in Land O'Lakes?
That is my residence, sir.
Okay. On that date and time, did you have posted numbers on your residence?
I do not recall.
Okay. What else did you wish to say, sir?
Specifically, I do all this as an activist, and that I thought that government officials swore an oath to the Constitution, and when people don't surrender their rights, I don't understand why they would get so angry. I filed several complaints against all these guys. There's lots of conflict of interest going on. He specifically told you he targeted me because I didn't surrender my Fourth Amendment right at his checkpoint. So, and he went and he's told me personal things about my family. He's been investigating me. He's been calling my personal cell phone from an unavailable number, and this is, it's just frivolous. This is retaliation, bold-faced retaliation. That's all it is. And I hope the court can see what's going on here and act in good faith. Other than that, I have nothing.
Do you have any questions, Ms. Sims?
Yes, so you live in a neighborhood that the sinkhole was in?
I live in Lake Padgett Estates, ma'am.
Was there a sinkhole there?
There was.
And was there a public safety issue related to the sinkhole?
I don't know.
And did you notice non-residents attempting to enter into your neighborhood?
No, I did not.
Were residents kept out of their homes for a certain amount of time in your neighborhood?
Were residents? Only around the immediate area.
Okay. And as a resident, would it have been important to you, if you were kept out of your home, for non-residents to not be able to access your property?
No, man, that's not important to me. The
All right,
Constitution
thank
is far
you.
more
You
important
answered
than
my question.
anybody's opinion. The Constitution is very clear.
Were you arrested for not providing your ID?
No, because I'm not legally required to ID. And they do
I
that.
didn't ask you why you weren't arrested. I was just establishing that you were not arrested.
Because they couldn't arrest me, they targeted me instead.
I'm done, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. You may stand down. Do you have any other witnesses, sir?
I do not.
State have anything further?
No.
I said state of Lynn County. I'm going to find you guilty, Mr. Filax. It's a $200 fine and $58 in court costs.
Objection.
Noted.
Thank you. I also motion, sir, all these other motions, you're just going to ignore them all that I filed? I'm confused there.
So the only motion I considered, and this will be our last conversation, hopefully for today, the only other motion that I considered, sir, first of all, your motion to disqualify me was legally insufficient. That's number one. You should have received that in the mail. Number two,
I did not.
Well, it's on its way.
Oh, great. Okay.
Number two, Mr. Filax, in reference to your motion to strike the entered plea, I have asked you at least a half a dozen times this morning, what plea would you like to have entered? There is not guilty, no contest.
And just as many times I asked if I can make an informed plea.
Please don't interrupt me, sir. I was very patient with you. I listened to everything that you had to say. I listened to all of the questions that you had for the corporal. So I have asked you a half a dozen times, what plea did you wish to enter in lieu of me entering a plea of not guilty for you last month?
Objection.
Mr. Filax, please don't interrupt me.
I can't object?
No,
I thought-
not when I'm talking. Please don't object while I'm talking.
Am I legally required to object when I hear something that's inaccurate?
Sir, you can just sit there and listen to what I'm saying.
So I can't use legal procedure. Okay. I'm listening.
Never mind, Mr. Filax. Goodbye.
Okay. Thank you, Judge. Thanks for acting in good faith. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, sir.
Good luck to you. You need luck. Believe me, you need luck. You will need luck. What's the matter, fella? You all right?
Yeah, you're right.
You all right? You feel good about yourself? Good, man. So there you go. So here we are. You see, even though I told the judge that the guy was stalking me, calling me on my personal phone, none of that mattered because they needed to steal my money. Look at all these people. They're just extorting here. So there you go. I guess that's finally done. Or I could appeal it, but what's the point? Just keep coming back here, burning up my gas. There you go. They don't follow the law. They don't care about the Constitution. They don't care that the guy kept calling my cell phone, stalking out my wife. You see the state's attorney objects to everything I said because it was all relevant. There you have it. The court system in America. Fucking prosecuting attorney CUNT trying to give everybody a plea deal before they come in. Acting like, oh, we're only gonna steal this much money from you if you agree. And you see, once I went to trial, everything I asked her. I've totally proved they retaliated against me, stalking my wife. But you know, there you go. And as I was leaving the courtroom, I went right into Davila's face and I said, "You feel good about yourself?" There you go. There it is. The new America with a K. Everyone's worried about fucking Donald Trump, but they don't see this shit. People just getting raked over the coals day in and day out at this extortion center behind me. All right, there you go. Thanks for watching, everyone. I appreciate it. Bye.